Okay, it's actually several minutes. There was some technical issues going on while we were going live. But here we are again on the third week of April. Um, we're just gonna wait for a couple of minutes until we have a few people. Hello, hello. Sorry about that. um, but yeah, so this is third week of April already. Looks pretty nice and warm outside, but to be honest, I haven't been outside for now nearly 2 weeks, so not sure if it's actually warm, but it does look amazing. Um, and yeah, so this is a middle of spring, and looks like there are a lot of new albums released this week as well as those who did very well on the previous week as well. So we'll take a look one by one how this week's physical album chart looks like. So we'll get started. Hello everyone. We will announce the world's one and only real-time chart, HANTEO Charts weekly physical album chart starting now. This is your host Joe, and if you're curious about K-pop album sales, please subscribe to this channel and also like this video. And we'll start looking at the weekly physical album chart rankings of the third week of April. Alrighty, so the 10th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of third week of April was taken by MCND. Their album Into the Ice Age was sold 2,479 copies in the last week. So they're recently promoting with their single album, Spring. Spring, like not the season spring, but like jump up and down spring. And they have released their performance video of Spring on the 13th. And I guess comparing to the title track of Into the Ice Age album, which had like, I guess because it's Ice Age has a lot of, I guess, coats on them, which I guess is less relevant to the weather that's going outside. But I personally like Spring better concept-wise because I think they look really cute in school uniforms and their, I guess, everyday clothing, so to speak. And it really goes well with how the MCND's youthfulness, I suppose. So I love watching the music video of Spring and definitely lifts up your mood. So definitely check it out if you haven't yet. And that was MCND in the 10th place. Into the Ice Age album that was sold 2,479 copies in the third week of April. Thinking number 4 for the third week of April. Moving on to the 9th place. 9th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of third week of April was taken by TOO. Their album, Reason for Being, Benevolence, was sold 2,784 copies in the last week. And as you all know, probably by now, TOO is appearing on Road to Kingdom that starts on April the 30th. And there are a lot of previews and like reaction videos that are being released by Mnet as a, sort of a preview of how the show is going to be. And during that sort of a preview of the stage, TOO performed Rising Sun of TVXQ back in the day. I think if you were a K-pop band back in the day with those like second generation idols, you cannot not know this song. It's a very sort of like a milestone-y song, I would say. So I guess that's the reason why they've covered the stage, and very much looking forward to it. And any more, I guess, preview releases that'll happen along the way for Road to Kingdom. So there you go. TOO in the 9th place. Their album, Reason for Being, Benevolence, was sold 2,784 copies in the last week. Moving on to the 8th place. 8th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of third week of April was taken by BTS. BTS's Map of the Soul 7 album was sold 3,328 copies in the last week. So like we said last week, their big event online was Bang Bang Con that was happening indoors in your own room. And it was definitely a big event for, I guess, armies, and if you were just K-pop fan in general. Apparently, almost like more than 2 million armies decided to watch this online concert. And these were sort of like a live, I guess not live, but like recorded broadcast of the previous concerts, like starting from 2015 to up to 2018. So it was consisted of like 8 different sections, and there were like VCRs in between, just like the real concert. So obviously, Armies Online used the hashtag and had a lot of fun watching the concert. And obviously, there were a lot of different, I would say, gimmicks, like you would use the Bluetooth and the app to connect your light stick, and have that light stick shine as the online concert progressed, just like you would do in a normal concert setting, which that was fun as well. And there were a couple of new updates from BTS as well, how they're gonna make a weekly update on their YouTube channel, so to just keep the fans in the loop. And also they spoil a little bit about the new album as well, which is very exciting. So yeah, so a lot of things happened for BTS. Very exciting. I think they are sort of suggesting that the different things that like K-pop idols could do during the time of this hardship and pandemic, essentially. So I wish we could see more of this for other idols as well, like for the things that you could do inside the room while you're still supporting your favorite artist. So yeah, that was BTS in the 8th place of HANTEO charts weekly physical album chart of the week of April. Their album Map of the Soul 7 was sold 3,328 copies last week. Wonder if anybody actually watched the concert in their house or room or wherever you are. I personally couldn't, but I'm, always time to catch up. Nothing better to do. So yeah. So yeah, we're up to 8th place, and as you know, this weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time music chart. And if you are enjoying watching this live broadcast, or just interested in learning about the album sales in general, or just K-pop ongoings, please subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Moving on to the 7th place. 7th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of April was taken by ITZY. ITZY's It's Me album was sold 3,636 copies in the last week. And as you know, their title track is called Wanna Be, and obviously it's super popular among the fans, as well as seems like the K-pop artists themselves too. There are a lot of cover I guess videos and reaction videos out there for ITZY's Wanna Be song particularly, and their music video actually surpassed the 9.8 million views, which is almost 10 million views, and is definitely going to get there very soon. But this number itself definitely proves their popularity and how well the group is doing. And I think it also is a testament to say, this is the song that we enjoy the most in this sort of a depressing days. So yeah, let's give continued support to this amazing new girl group. And congratulations again on taking the 7th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of April with the album It's Me from ITZY, and was sold 3,636 copies in the last week. Okie dokie, moving on to the 6th place. 6th place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of April was also taken by a girl group, G-idle. Their album I Trust was sold 4,453 copies in the last week. And obviously they're still promoting with this newly released album from the week previous, and they have won the music TV show for 2 times already. Once in M Countdown, and the other time from Music Bank. And obviously they gave a really heartfelt, I guess, thoughts of winning the music show, and they were thanking the fans, Neverland, and also, their, I guess, thoughts on continuing the promotion, how they're gonna continue to work hard, etc. And the not only they're doing well on the music shows, but they're also doing amazingly with the physical album chart sales. As you can see, that they placed sixth place in the week that's after the album release, and also the title track album guide, including the other tracks, are doing super well on the digital song charts all over the world. So you definitely see their popularity growing, which is good. And yeah, so that was G-Idol. Hopefully they can continue to do well on the coming week as well. And this week, on the third week of April, they actually placed sixth place in HANTEO charts, weekly physical album chart. Their album, I Trust, was sold 4,453 copies in the last week. Okay, so this weekly physical album chart result is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time music chart. So if you have purchased an album, no matter where you are in the world, that album sales have counted towards this week's, I guess, announcement. So continue on supporting your artist by purchasing the album, and they'll hopefully make up to the album chart. And hopefully we can talk about your favorite artists very soon as well. Okay, so moving on to the fifth place. Fifth place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of third week of April was taken by Suho of EXO, as you all know. His album Self Portrait was sold 14,649 copies in the last week. And in a recent sort of a talk show broadcast, I suppose, he sort of talked a little bit about the behind the scenes stories about his albums, the first solo album, Self Portrait, and basically, like we said in the previous weeks, Suho has participated in the forming of the album, essentially, like the concept, like the storytelling, and writing the lyrics of all the songs. And he did reveal in that through the broadcast that the thing that he paid the most attention to was the lyrics. And he also talked about how he has a habit of taking notes wherever he goes, so that I guess it helps his musical process. So yeah, so we got to learn a little bit about how that was. Somebody saying, I'm still listening to a song. Yeah, I guess it's a very easy listening song, like in a very positive way. Like if you don't want to be like bothered by like really loud songs, like this album is something that you could just play in the background and just relax. So yeah, so that was in fifth place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of third week of April. Suho of EXO, his album Self Portrait was sold 14,649 copies in the third week of April. Moving on to the fourth place. Fourth place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of third week of April was taken by Max. His single album, Chocolate, was sold 15,550 copies in the last week. And obviously this was just released last week, so Max is actively promoting the song on the music shows as well. And he mentioned in one of the radio broadcasts that he is receiving a lot of support from his fellow celebrities and artists. And he mentioned several names like Super Junior's Siwon and Kyuhyun, and obviously his TVXQ member, as well, and also from Chinese Minnow. So they're sort of like the SM family, I suppose, and they have sent, I guess, support and congratulations as well to Max. Yeah, so I guess also a lot of fans are supporting Max as well on promoting the song on the music show as well. Oh, yeah, that's true. Somebody's saying two SM solo artists on the chart. So yeah, a lot of the solo activities from the SM artists, which obviously they're doing an amazing job because they're on the charts. So congratulations. So that was in the fourth place, Max of TVXQ, as we all know. And his album, Chocolate, was sold 15,550 copies in the last week. Moving on to the third place. Third place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of third week of April was taken by A Pink. The group's album, Look, was sold 29,156 copies in the last week. So this album was released on the 13th of April, so that automatically makes this weekly physical album chart, weekly physical album sales, to be the initial Chodong sales, which is the first week of release sales. So for I guess a girl group, definitely anything that's, I would say anything above that's 5-digit is amazing, and definitely something that's closer to 30,000 is an amazing feat for a group, and especially given that this group has been now, I guess their debut date was April 19th. So today is their debut anniversary in the States at least. And it has been 9 years. So they're going on to a 10-year as a group. So it's amazing and it's really good to see how well they're doing. And the title track of this particular release is called Dumb Drum. And yeah, so I think if you are a fan of A-Pink or have followed the group since, a few years ago, the group definitely made a sort of a big concept change starting 2018 with their, I guess, title track I'm So Sick, and in 2019 called Eung. So I think group is doing making constant change to continue to be relevant and, to reach out to the fans and all that. So it's amazing how they can, go on as a group for such a long time and also do very well on the album chart as well. So obviously they're promoting actively currently now on the music shows as well, so please support them. And that was A Pink in the third place. Their album Look, that was sold 29,156 copies in the last week. And yeah, we're only left with 2 albums and artists for this weekly physical album charts announcement. And as you know, this broadcast is presented by HANTEO Chart, the world's one and only real-time chart. And if you're enjoying watching this broadcast or just interested in learning about the album sales every week at the same time, more or less, please subscribe to the channel and also like this video. Moving on to the second place. Second place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of the week of April was taken by Winner. Their album, Remember, was sold 29,482 copies in the last week. So this album, as you know, was, I guess, released last week, and HANTEO Chart on the 17th announced the initial Chodong sales amount of this album, which was more than 100,000 copies, 103,014 copies. So this is amazing. Obviously, it's a 6-digit record, and also the best album sales ever that Winner has achieved in the first week. So you can definitely feel and see the inner circles are very supportive of their last album before the hiatus, and we'll definitely miss them as a group. But yeah, that was that. And as you know, the title track is called Remember, and there are a lot of different breadcrumbs and things that you can see in the music video if you're a fan. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. And that was in the second place. Winner, their album Remember, that was sold 29,482 copies in the last week. Okay, so we're only left with the first place, the top one of this week's weekly physical album chart. And the first place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of the week of April was taken by Gravity. Gravity's album, slightly lengthy, Hideout, Remember Who We Are, Season 1, was sold 52,627 copies in the last week. So this is a new name, probably for everyone, but they have debuted on the 14th of April, and as one of the name of the album indicates, it's season 1, so there will be 3 seasons from now on, including this Hideout album. And I believe the name Gravity is like a combination of like creativity and gravity. So it's like, you know, gravity is like pulls you in, like sucks you in. So like they're trying to charm you with their basically on stage presence, and also creativity, as you know, they're trying to do creative things, hopefully. So yeah, they're a new group, and there are a total of 9 members, if you don't know yet, and they're gonna, you know, dazzle you with the musical skills and performances, hopefully. And their title track of this album is called Break All the Rules. So I think there are some sort of like a running theme among the new groups, which is they're not going to be tied down by the existing system. So I think that's a very strong statement, and like courage for the new groups to, you know, we're just gonna do our thing, and we'll see how that goes from now on. Somebody saying there are members who were on the Produce X1 101 before, and that is true. I believe aren't there 3 members who were there? And I think just because of that, there are a lot of supporters of this group, and also their performance of the songs are amazing too. Not only the title track Break All the Rules, they're also performing one of their B-side tracks called Jumper, and that also became a news because the particular track, I believe, was written by one of the Monsta X's members. They're label mates, so they are supporting each other, which is really good to see. And yeah, so they're on a lot of different music shows, so if you are interested in their stage, definitely check it out. And you can, you know, maybe you will have your favorite stage or favorite member and start supporting this new group. So that was in the first place, Gravity. Oh, were there 4 members? My mistake then. 4 members in Produce X101. So yeah, that was in the first place. Gravity, their album Hideout, Remember Who We Are, Season 1, was sold 52,627 copies in the last week. Okie dokie, so that was everybody on the top 10 of this weekly physical album chart results. And as usual, we're gonna just go from top to bottom and announce everybody to celebrate their amazing record. So yeah, starting with the first place of HANTEO Chart's weekly physical album chart of 3rd week of April, Gravity, their album Hideout, Remember Who We Are, Season 1, was sold 52,627 copies. In second place, Winner, Remember, was sold 29,482 copies. And in third place, A Pink, Look, was sold 29,156 copies. In the fourth place, Max, TVXQ, his first solo album, Chocolate, was sold 15,550 copies. And in the fifth place, Suho of EXO, his solo album Self-Portrait, was sold 49 copies. Sorry about that. 14,649 copies. And in the sixth place, G-Idol, their album I Trust, was sold 4,453 copies. And in seventh place, ITZY, their album It's Me, was sold 3,636 copies. And in the eighth place, BTS, Map of the Soul 7 album, that was sold 3,328 copies. And ninth place, TOP10, Reason for Being Benevolence, was sold 2,784 copies. And lastly, in the 10th place, MC&D Into the Ice Age was sold 2,479 copies in the third week of April. So congratulations everyone doing such an amazing job on this week's physical album chart, and hopefully excited to see some of these albums continuously on the fourth week of April chart as well. And also excited to see what kind of new albums will be released in the next week as well. And if you're enjoying watching this broadcast, or just in general, enjoy learning about the new releases as well as the albums that performed really well in the past week and the day, I'll definitely check out the app called WhosFan. It is available in both App Store and Play Store. And with the app, you can check the rankings of the albums real time, daily, weekly, and monthly. And I think especially if you have an artist who's releasing the album, in the coming days, definitely check out the real-time album. You can follow and track how well that particular album is doing all across the world. And there are actually a lot of fun polls going on, poll/vote going on in the app as well. So definitely check it out. And yes, like we always say, please subscribe to the channel and like this video if you are enjoying this broadcast, and we'll continue to report on the weekly physical album chart results at the same time of the day, and also, talk about the artists who are ranked on the top 10 as well. And yeah, so as usual, thank you so much for watching, and this was your host, Jo. Hopefully, see you at the same time next week. Won't be late next time. We'll make sure that we don't have any problems here. And yeah, so we always say, stay safe, stay indoors, and see you next week. Bye, everyone.